would have happened, my daughter, it just would have been really bad.
Eileen Hernandez is grateful she was not at work on Monday when a customer drove his vehicle into their building.
How that person acted out of rage and how just the impact was, how fast and how hard it hit, there was no doubt that I would have been probably just, who knows, it could have been fatal. It could have been fatal.
Sergeant Greg Moffitt with Sandy Police says a man purchased a vehicle from Tyndale Mazda and wanted to return it after finding issues.
He came back, but with a rage, just, without thinking, he just acted out on rage.
Sergeant Moffitt says the man told the business he would drive through their front door if he did not get his money back.
The person did it on purpose, out of rage. Just, it's beyond me. It's beyond me. It makes me feel furious.
Hernandez has worked at the Sandy Mazda location for 4 years. She's never experienced anything like this before. The video of the crash left her in shock.
I froze. I really couldn't think at that moment. The first thing I thought, I need to call my mom or something. I called her, and that's when I honestly just broke down.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope your day is going pretty good. My day is going pretty good. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a video. Now, some people do not have any type of understanding. You may have someone that may be buying an item as is, and they do not understand what as is mean. So they will get upset and go into the dealership or the business and flip out and take matters into their own hands. Well, that's exactly what happened here in this store right here today. On the screen here, I have 35-year-old Michael Lee Murray out of Sandy, Utah. And shout out to everybody in Sandy, Utah. Well, Michael Lee Murray decided to take matters into his own hands. Let's get into the story. A guy in Utah did not really care about his new ride after driving it off the lot. A wild video from Tyndale Mazda Southtown in Sandy, Utah shows a man driving his car straight through the doors of the dealership after apparently being refused a refund. The man, later identified as 35-year-old Michael Lee Murray, had been in the dealership earlier that day to buy a Subaru Outback. But after getting home, he apparently was not happy with the condition of the car, and he tried to return it to get a refund. But the dealership informed the less than satisfied customer that it has been sold as is and that he would not be getting a refund. So Murray warned that he would be taking matters into his own hands. Now, as is means as is. If you buy a vehicle from the lot, especially a used car dealership, it has a tag on the window that says as is. That means if you buy this vehicle and there's anything that is wrong with this vehicle after you have signed those papers, it is up to you to get that fixed. It don't matter if it's the interior or the motor, the tires, anything that may be wrong with that vehicle, it is up to you to get it fixed. I remember I had a family member that bought a vehicle from a used car dealership, and the car was running real good. They were riding in the vehicle every day, even though they didn't even have driver license, but they still decided to buy a vehicle. So to make a long story short, they bought this vehicle and the alternator went out on this vehicle. And they were saying to me, this car should be running way better than this. Why in the world is my battery going dead and etc.? What is wrong with, what's wrong with them? They sold me a lemon. I said, hey, the only thing you need to do is just go buy another alternator and put it on the vehicle. Well, they did not listen to me at all. They called the dealership talking crazy, calling the man out his name and etc. So they paid $3,000 for that vehicle, and they wound up selling that vehicle for $600, all because of an alternator. Remember, they bought that vehicle as is. The only thing you need to do was just fix the alternator or fix whatever problem that may be wrong with their vehicle and go on about your day. You bought a vehicle as is, you idiot. Let's get into more of the story. Mary told the managers that since you are not giving me my money back, I am going to drive this vehicle straight through your front doors. And it turns out that he did just that. Video showed the man take direct aim at the dealership's front doors before flooring it and driving it straight through the door, running over the front desk in the process, and he hopped out and walked back through the now missing doors. And he said, "I warned you, huh? I told you mofos." Y'all know exactly what I said when I said you mofos. I told you. Now this all happened on a Monday. And there's a lady by the name of Eileen Hernandez that would have been at work that day when this man took his vehicle and drove it through that dealership. She would have been sitting there, I believe, at that desk when he hit it. But thank God she was not at work that Monday. That is very good, because this woman could have lost her life. She could have been severely injured, and anyone else on the inside of that dealership, on down to the customers, on down to the employees. Anyone could have been injured that day because this guy is upset about not getting a refund. What is wrong with people these days? People will order something at the restaurant and get mad because they may be missing a chicken strip. And they will go on the inside of the restaurant and flip out because a chicken strip is missing out of the basket. And they will go in there, flip over the cash register, fight the manager, fight the employee, cause a whole show on the inside of the restaurant all over a chicken strip. People are out of their minds. I don't understand it. Now, Michael was asked this question in an interview. They asked him, what was he thinking? And he said this here. He said he was upset about his money, and he kind of blacked out for a second. And the reporter also asked him, what universe is it okay to do this? And he said, I know, I probably should not have done it.
I was upset about my money. I kind of blacked out for a second.
But Michael, in what universe is it okay to do this?
You know, I know I probably shouldn't have done it.
Yes, Mr. Michael Lee, you should not have ever done this here. It does not make any sense, man. Have some type of respect for yourself as a man. A man should not be acting out like this at all. Have some type of understanding as a man. Men do not carry themselves like this, getting all upset and emotional. Now, I remember I bought a vehicle as is, and I traded a vehicle in for a vehicle. And I drove the vehicle off the lot, and I was feeling real good about the vehicle. So as weeks go by, the car began to act up a little bit. And I said to myself, I bought a lemon. This car is jucking up and down the highway. I mean, this car is really acting up. I bought the vehicle because the vehicle had a sunroof, and it also had leather seats, and it had cool blowing air. So I enjoyed the vehicle for the little time that I had it. So to make a long story short, I took the vehicle right back to the dealership, and I asked them, can I get my car back? Can I get my money back? And they told me no. You bought this vehicle as is. And I bought that vehicle from a used car dealership. So guess what, y'all? I had to walk away with my head down, and I had to take my loss. And I learned a whole lot from that experience. When you buy something as is, you are taking a big risk. Do not get mad at the dealership. Do not get mad at the slick talking salesman. Do not get mad at anyone but myself, because I signed my name on that dotted line and purchased this vehicle or purchased this item. And I hope you all will have the same understanding about stuff like this here. Do not flip out. Do not get upset. Do not call people out of their names like Mr. Michael Lee Murray did. Do not get upset, y'all. It is not worth it. But this man looks like he is out. I don't know if this man went to jail or not. But clearly, it shows that this man really has a temper. He really gets upset over nothing. Y'all leave a comment and let me know exactly what y'all think about this story here. Do y'all think this guy was wrong or not? Which I believe that most of y'all may say that this guy is wrong for what he did. He could have just took his loss and went on about his business. He could have just went on and took his loss. And by looking at this guy, I'm trying to figure out, why is he buying a Subaru anyway? It looked like he should be driving a big old lifted truck, but he's driving a Subaru. That's the mistake right there from the start. But he may have a family, so I would understand that. And some people like Subarus. I'm not knocking people down that buy Subarus, but anyway, y'all leave a comment and let me know exactly what y'all think about this story. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Until I see y'all in this video, y'all have a good one and y'all have a blessed one. Holla at you.